Hi everyone, welcome back to this wonderful Gosho, the 3 kinds of treasure. In part 1 we looked at what happened when Shijo Kingo tried to convert his Lord to the Daishonin's teaching. Lord Emma, however, did not respond positively. Instead, he reduced the size of Kingo's land holdings and threatened to send him to the remote province of Echigo. Kingo's colleagues spread scurrilous reports about him, and Kingo was accused of fomenting trouble at a debate in the 6th month of 1277, during which the Tendai priest Ryozo-bo was bested by the Daishonin's disciple Sami-bo. And as a result, Nichiren was worried about his beloved disciples' welfare and gave him strict advice. As things stand now, I have a feeling you are in danger. Your enemies are sure to make an attempt on your life. In backgammon, if 2 stones of the same colour are placed side by side, they cannot be hit by an opposing stone. A cart, as long as it has 2 wheels, does not lurch all over the road. Likewise, if 2 men go together, an enemy hesitates to attack. But as dire as it got for Shijo Kingo, the Daishonin tells Shijo that he should remember his debt of gratitude to his Lord, and stresses the Buddhist teaching that fundamental changes within oneself inevitably result in changes in the environment. It must have been so tough for him to keep calm towards his Lord. After all, Kingo did have an angry side. Your face bears definite signs of a hot temper, but you should know that the heavenly gods will not protect a short-tempered person, however important they may think he or she is. If you should be killed, even though you might attain Buddhahood, your enemies would be delighted, but we would feel only grief. This would indeed be regrettable. So I mentioned in the latter stages of part 1 that Lord Emma became ill, but how did that change things? Well, not only did Kingo serve Lord Emma as a samurai retainer, but he was also a skilled physician. The Daishonin mentioned this when he was encouraging Shijo Kingo to be grateful for his Lord, even though he was receiving harsh persecutions, and even encouraging him to pray for his recovery. I am most grieved over your Lord's illness. Although he has not professed faith in the Lotus Sutra, you are a member of his clan, and it is thanks to his consideration that you are able to make offerings to the sutra. Thus, these may become prayers solely for your Lord's recovery. Think of a small tree under a large one, or grass by a great river. Though they do not receive rain or water directly, they nonetheless thrive, partaking of dew from the large tree or drawing moisture from the river. The same holds true with the relationship between you and your Lord. Even though Lord Emma ordered Kingo to abandon his faith, took away his land and led harassment against him, he was now asking Kingo to help him recover from his illness. Bit of a cheek, don't you think? I'd be tempted to say, no, that's not happening, go away. But maybe I need to take a good hard look at myself, become a bit more like Bodhisattva, never disparaging. And thanks to the skills of Shijo Kingo, his Lord did indeed recover. But Nichiren warned him of him being in even greater danger. While your foes busy themselves plotting against you, your Lord places greater confidence in you than before. Therefore, although they appear to have quietened down, Inwardly, they are no doubt seething with hate, so you should at all times behave unobtrusively in their presence. Pay greater respect to the other retainers of the clan than you have in the past. For the time being, when the sons of members of the Hojo clan are visiting your lord, refrain from calling on him, even if he should summon you. He continues to give Kingo strict and quite specific guidance. While you are in your lord's residence, if you stay in the room assigned to you, nothing will happen. But on your way to work at dawn or returning from it at dusk, your enemies are bound to be lying in wait for you. Also, be very careful in and around your house in case someone should be hiding beside the double doors, inside the family sanctuary, under the floor, or in the space above the ceiling. This time, your foes will use even more cunning in their plots than before. However disagreeable it may be to you, you should associate with them amicably. Wow. I mean, we live in different times, don't we? Can you imagine having to go through all that? But it was necessary. Because given Kingo's hot temper, added to that the persecutions against him, I wouldn't blame him for losing it. But again, the Daishonin knew this could happen, and that's why he gave Kingo such strict advice, but at the same time ensuring he showed his gratitude and to win the respect of others. It is rare to be born a human being. The number of those endowed with human life is as small as the amount of earth one can place on a fingernail. Life as a human being is hard to sustain, as hard as it is for the dew to remain on the grass. But it is better to live a single day with honour than to live to 120 and die in disgrace. Live so that all people of Kamakura will say in your praise that Shijo Kingo is diligent in the service of his Lord, in the service of Buddhism, and his concern for other people. Nichiren continues with this, my favourite quote in this Gosho. More valuable than treasures in a storehouse are the treasures of the body, and the treasures of the heart are the most valuable of all. From the time you read this letter on, strive to accumulate the treasures of the heart. What a beautiful quote. It really melts my heart. My wife and I often talk about a quote she once saw, which was, some people are so poor, all they have is money. It's beautiful. It's from by Bob Marley, I believe. Relating to this, I wrote something down recently. The feeling of joy in my heart, joy for the life I have, joy for the family I have, for the people in my life, for the value I can create for others, is worth way more than any amount of money. So however we live our lives, let's be kind, love each other, be respectful, create good value, make people smile. Then, no matter how people treat us, we can only accumulate treasures of the heart. What a truly wonderful Gosho this is. It was an absolute pleasure studying this again for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you giving up your time. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Have a great day, make someone smile, and accumulate treasures in your heart. Until next time, happy chanting!